The first step toward the gate of knowledge and culture Mark Twain's The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. When you hear the word book, what comes to mind? Do you shake your head, thinking it's too difficult, boring, or irrelevant to me? The very mention of knowledge and culture might feel burdensome or distant. But there's no need to worry at all. Books are not the exclusive territory of special individuals, nor is knowledge and culture a distant dream. Rather, they are joyful tools that enrich our lives. Today, the book I introduce to you, Mark Twain's immortal classic, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, will serve as a warm and engaging guide to help you open that gate wide. This beloved classic from around the world paints a story of childhood innocence, a sense of adventure, and friendship. Just like peering into a well-worn photo album, this story radiates warmth and nostalgia. I am confident that it will assist you in discovering the joy of reading and expanding your understanding of the world. So, let's journey together into Tom Sawyer's world right now. 1. A small town beside the Mississippi River and the world of Tom Sawyer. The setting of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer is St. Petersburg, a small riverside town in Missouri, United States, in the mid-19th century. This tranquil pastoral setting is where the Mississippi River flows gently, and children escape their school and adult supervision to indulge in imaginative dreams of pirates and detectives. Tom Sawyer, the central character of this story, is a mischievous rascal and eternal troublemaker within this town. Tom is known for his extraordinary imagination and clever tricks, which often confuse adults. His daily life is filled with skipping school to swim in the Mississippi River and planning adventures with his friends, seeking secret hideouts. Aunt Polly, Tom's protective and strict guardian, is driven to frustration by Tom's antics, but she secretly loves and cherishes him deeply. In contrast to Tom, Sid, Tom's well-behaved half-brother, is always the responsible, obedient child. Tom's adventures are anything but ordinary. One of his most famous escapades is the fence painting incident. One day, as a punishment for missing school, Tom must paint a long fence alone. While most children would grumble and complain at such a boring task, Tom turns it into something unique. He pretends it is a highly prestigious and special task, and in the end, he convinces his friends to pay to paint the fence themselves. This incident showcases Tom's cleverness and psychological strategy, as well as his ability to transform the mundane into a thrilling adventure. Tom is always surrounded by friends with vibrant personalities. Especially notable is his best friend, Huckleberry Finn, who later becomes the main character in The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry Finn is a free-spirited child without parents, embodying a pure soul unburdened by social norms and rules. Despite their different backgrounds, Tom and Huck are tightly bonded by their shared love for adventure and freedom. Together, they accidentally witness a murder committed by a villain named Injun Joe, and this incident casts dark and dangerous shadows over Tom's otherwise ordinary life. When Tom learns the identity of the real murderer, he is tormented by guilt and fear, knowing that if he exposes the truth, he might be targeted for retaliation by Injun Joe. However, Tom eventually finds the courage to testify in court and reveal the truth, exposing the real killer. In this process, Tom emerges from being just a playful boy into a young man who can discern right from wrong and act accordingly. Furthermore, Tom falls in love at first sight with Becky Thatcher, a pretty girl in town, and makes great efforts to win her heart. The innocent and clumsy love of childhood makes readers smile. Later, Tom and Becky find themselves lost in a cave, and Tom shows once again his bravery and leadership by protecting Becky and trying to find their way out. This experience makes Tom deeply reflect on the boundary between life and death, as well as the true meaning of responsibility. In this way, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer tells the story of a boy's colorful adventures while addressing universal values such as true courage, friendship, love, and conscience. His adventures are more than just entertaining stories. They provoke deep questions about life and encourage readers to find their own answers. 2. Insights from The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Seeds of knowledge and culture. Now, let's explore the insights we can learn from Tom Sawyer's exciting adventures, that is, the insights this book offers us. These are not just limited to the story itself but provide valuable perspectives to help us better understand our lives and the world. 2.1. The power of pure imagination and creativity. Tom Sawyer's most remarkable trait is his boundless imagination. He transforms a simple task of painting a fence into an opportunity for friends to pay for the privilege, and he turns a small island on the Mississippi River into a secret hideout for pirates. Even mundane school life is transformed in his mind into thrilling adventures and heroic sagas. Tom's story reminds us that imagination is one of the most powerful forces capable of enriching life. As we grow older, we often become trapped in the constraints of reality and fixed ideas, losing our sense of imagination. Yet, Tom shows us that imagination can infuse joy into a dull routine, offer creative solutions to difficult problems, and open the door to a world of infinite possibilities. Knowledge and culture are not just about knowing facts but also about using those facts to imagine and create new things. Tom Sawyer's story will serve as a good stimulus to awaken the imagination sleeping within us. 2.2. The value of true friendship and responsibility. The friendship between Tom and Huck Finn is a crucial element of this story. They are more than just playmates. They are true companions who protect each other's secrets and stand by each other in times of danger. In particular, their deep bond is reinforced when they witness the murder by Injun Joe, face fear together, and ultimately reveal the truth despite their anxieties. This story reminds us of the meaning of true friendship and the strength of mutual support in times of difficulty. Moreover, Tom's brave decision to testify in court on behalf of the innocent Muff Potter highlights the importance of responsibility. The scene where a child, initially driven by mischief, confronts life-threatening peril and acts upon his conscience to do the right thing reminds us of the responsibilities we all must carry as members of society. Cultured individuals understand that respect for others and a sense of community responsibility are essential. 2.3. The courage of conscience and the ability to judge right from wrong. Despite his mischievous nature, Tom possesses a pure sense of right and wrong. After witnessing Injun Joe's murder and learning the identity of the killer, Tom is caught in a realistic internal conflict due to his fear of retribution. Tormented by inner struggles and nightmares, he eventually decides to speak out and reveal the truth to prevent an innocent man from suffering unjust punishment. This part demonstrates that the adventures of Tom Sawyer goes beyond children's literature and conveys deep messages. We all encounter dilemmas between right and wrong in life, and there are moments when we might want to avoid the truth. However, Tom's story teaches us how important it is to follow our conscience and have the courage to act. True culture is not just the accumulation of knowledge, it is the establishment of correct values based on that knowledge and the courage to stand against injustice. 2.4. Growing through adversity and understanding the complexities of the world. Tom grows through his adventures. He evolves from a troublemaker chasing fun into a boy who confronts the darker aspects of life, such as the murder case and the dangers in the cave, and learns that the world is not always peaceful and safe. He develops a sense of responsibility for protecting his friends and begins to understand that the adult world is not always as idyllic as it might seem. Tom's growth process informs us that the world is not always beautiful and joyful, and unexpected dangers and hardships may arise. However, what matters is how we respond to these challenges and what we learn from them. Books are the best tools for understanding the world indirectly. Through Tom's adventures, we can learn to accept the complexities of reality while cherishing the innocence of childhood. 3. Why should you read The Adventures of Tom Sawyer now? Perhaps you are wondering, what does an old story have to do with our modern times? However, the power of classic literature lies in its timeless universality. Although The Adventures of Tom Sawyer is set in a Mississippi River town from over 150 years ago, the themes of imagination, friendship, courage, and growth it encompasses still resonate deeply with us today. 3.1. A perfect first step toward the joy of reading. If you've never been close to books before, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer will serve as the perfect first step into the world of reading. This book doesn't require specialized knowledge or complex philosophy. You simply need to follow Tom's perspective and enjoy his adventures. Mark Twain's humorous and vividly lively prose will immediately draw you into the story. Once you realize that reading can be so enjoyable, you will be ready to open the doors to knowledge and culture by yourself. 3.2. Reclaiming Lost Innocence and Purity. In the hustle of daily life and the complexity of the modern world, we often forget the innocence and dreams of our childhood. Tom Sawyer's story awakens the dormant childlike imagination within us and rekindles the delightful creativity we once had. Perhaps there was a time in your life when everything seemed magical and exciting, just like Tom's experiences. Reading this book can offer a brief escape back to those days, breathing new vitality into a weary heart. 3.3. Understanding Universal Human Values. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer discusses timeless and universal human values such as friendship, love, courage, conscience, and responsibility. These are the fundamental building blocks of knowledge and culture and essential elements for living a happy and meaningful life. Through Tom's story, you will naturally come to appreciate how these values manifest in reality and how precious they are. Such understanding will greatly enhance your ability to comprehend the complex world and empathize with others. 3.4. Learning to see the world broadly through the window of literature. Reading books is more than just decoding words. It is about experiencing new worlds through the eyes of the author, understanding others' thoughts and emotions, and broadening your own horizons. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer will open the door to such a literary experience for you. Through this single book, you can travel to a 19th-century American small town, enter the mind of a young boy, and contemplate life's essential questions. This kind of indirect experience is one of the most effective and enjoyable ways to expand your knowledge and cultural awareness. Conclusion. Let's begin an adventure with the map to literary treasure. Knowledge and culture are not difficult things. They are joyful journeys that enrich our lives. And the Adventures of Tom Sawyer will serve as an excellent guide to accompany you on this journey from its very beginning. Tom Sawyer's story will awaken the pure joy and sense of adventure we've long forgotten and provide a new perspective on understanding the world. As you turn the pages, you'll find yourself painting fences with Tom, swimming in the Mississippi River, searching for a way out of a dark cave, and showing courage in the face of Injun Joe's threats. While I cannot claim this book alone will dramatically change your life, I am certain that reading The Adventures of Tom Sawyer will break the biases you may have about books being difficult or boring, offering a precious opportunity to rediscover the joy of reading. This joy will become the first link in a beautiful chain leading to other books, more knowledge, and broader cultural understandings. So, don't hesitate. Open Mark Twain's The Adventures of Tom Sawyer right now. Tom Sawyer is inviting you to join him on an exciting adventure along the Mississippi River. This book is more than just a story, it is a treasure map that will awaken your latent potential and broaden your view of the world. I sincerely hope that you will open the gate to knowledge and culture through the most simple and enjoyable method, reading, and begin a life enriched by literature.